Hi there and welcome back, my friends, to Torment, Tides of Numenera. A day has passed as we've slept, and maybe things have changed. Maybe we can get that tour at the anchorage, and we'll try to, die again, so we can access our mind and get to join us after Rin has left, unfortunately. And to do that, we might just drink every little bit of stuff we find here. The pool is filled with yellowish water that falls from above. The surrounding bloom flesh is wet with hand and footprints, suggesting that this is a common place for bloom dwellers to wash and drink. We'll drink it. The greasy, sour fluid tastes the same as the bloom water you drank at the other pool. As you sip it, you begin to hear the bloom's whispers in your mind, while your thoughts and reflexes grow sluggish and dull. In the vicinity of the well, the voices are distant and faint. The whispers that were here before, manipulating Skadi into Ahenin, have fled. Now drink more. Imbibing more is making things even worse. The voices Bloom's voices grow louder, still drowning out your thoughts, chittering madly in your ears. The world blurs. You stumble and collapse to the ground, and everything goes dark. Alright, that was easy. Goodness. What a simple idea, and it worked. Oh. So we have Syria, we have... Oh, look, whoa, what's going on here? Who are these guys? There's Arn. That's the gods. Thankfully, we've come here, back here. We have Inifir, we have Syria. Could we take Syria with us, maybe? She's only a ghost, isn't she? We'll leave her alone. We'll ask to join us. Pale glowing flower-like eyes widen or unfold as you approach. You want to come with me, replies, surging towards you. Instinctively you blink and it's gone. Still you feel the pressure of its presence around you. It may be waiting for you to return to the outside world. Oh no, we don't want to go outside. Okay, good. Good. After seeing these ghosts, we might want to talk to them. What's going on here? Arn! We can talk to Arn. The ghosts of the Katina are here, coalesced and more solid than before. They look around the labyrinth, and you can feel questing tendrils of thought emanating from the spirits as the machine intelligence assesses its new home. It senses your regard, and one of the ghosts speaks. Come, speak with us. We would share our gifts. We'll talk to the intelligence first. We thank you for the space. We shall endeavor to be fruitful tenants of your mind, to remain safely out of your way unless you require our assistance. What have you observed here? Are you aware this is a shared space? Your mind is not the only builder. I feel other presences on occasion, but they withdraw before I can ascertain their truth. I will continue to monitor for them. Clears its throat. It does not appear that you were the primary architect of this space either. Functionally speaking, some of these structures could only have been erected or imagined by a mind that is not yours. I hope I do not give offense. We'll form a connection with the machine intelligence. You open your mind still further, and the Katina's intelligence shimmers into being, a cool blue grid of logic and structure. It overlays your vision and vanishes, and you feel its calm, assessing strength adding to yours. Let's talk again. Gain a new ability, Katina Intelligence. How are you holding up here, by the way? My passengers will be remembered and honored, thanks to you. And we'll walk away from them, and we have now the Katina Intelligence. That's really crazy. Let's talk to Inifir again, maybe. We have something about him. The pale image of Inifir regards you with empty, worn eyes. It is an emptiness to drown in, a pit that can swallow whole, or the empathy the heart can give without being filled even a bit. Like all voids, it beckons and seeks to drag you in. Like to speak with you, Yennefer. Yennefer shrugs a spectral shoulder. It is a lot of scabs to be picked, the mark of the weak to be pecked. Mine, my wains, sister, with thy vain mind. How did you get here? You consumed me, sister. Wherever my foul flesh festers, you've made a fouler feast of that which lasts past death. He sniffs and curls his face into a sneer. From one world of woe to another, sister. And how can I help you? Unmake me, sister. Unwind time and tides, or break the casual chains that drag the present down to the past's black depths, or blot my tale from the scroll of days to come. Yennefer curls his lips in a smile that is more a snarl. But you cannot, little sister. Even the changing god could not change a thing, and you are but its walking shadow. Tell me something you learned in your years beyond the gate. Something flashes behind Yennefer's eyes, a shadow of a shadow. Just as quickly it is gone. Sister, all places teach the same woe. There are some better things for you to study. Come, tell me something. No, sister, these are lessons not fit for words. Okay.
Yes.
Well then,
I'm ready.
I guess we should return to the outside world. Impossible landscape of the labyrinth fades. And you once again feel the hard ground beneath your head, the mingled smells of the world outside your mind. Still too dizzy to open your eyes, you hear a voice. Someone is talking, and not to you. They're talking to You're the device we spotted in the mirrors, aren't you? Calistique says, your jewelry tinkling. Fascinating. Solf, says quietly, shyly. Never seen anything like you before. There's a pause. No, I tell a lie. There was that carnival outside Avrim Wood, but that may have just been a lass in a costume. Feel weight edging into your side, nervous about all this attention. Always room for a little more, I've always said, Tiberius says, and nudges you with his foot. Is the lad coming with us? What makes you think it's male? Oh, I can always tell, he says, and you can practically hear his wink. But don't dodge the question, is he coming with us or not? Yes, for now anyway. The light from eyes baths the side of your face. Grimacing, you push yourself off the ground. And we return to the bloom. Nice. So let's see what is all about, right? Loyal guardian who flows with the tides. Here's Splorch. A weapon that does not much damage. And we have church bells. Goodness. Nothing can be here. Who likes the last cast off? Okay. And Calistique reveres us even. And we should give well, you can get an ornament or a weapon. No, the weapon is also fixed. We can give ciphers. Maybe, so let's maybe do that. Nano spirits reanimate the muscles of a humanoid corpse to fight by his side. Let's give that to This thing, a quantum detonation. Active 3 rounds. Yeah. Here we go. And that is pretty good now. So tell me, can you really transform into anything? Now that you've stopped, takes a moment to look around, eyes widening, contracting and widening again. I have no clue why the church bells are ringing. Actually, it's not the time that they are ringing. Plop, it says, at last, in what feels like interest. Can I examine you? Seems to sense your interest, and it glides towards you. Its eyes expand. No, they move, drifting towards the surface of its body, like coins surfacing from the depths of a well, like controls. We'll pet it. You run a hand over smooth back. Mork, says, its eyes contract in what could be pleasure, but who can tell? We'll touch its eyes. Eyes are coarse ridges beneath your hands, revealing nothing. You feel sadness, perhaps, or regret. You focus on the part of your mind where you found Listen to the tremors of the thoughts. They're knotted and strange. Failure, that's what feels. It feels it failed to reach you in time. You open your mouth to respond to this, but eyes have already sunk back into its body. I have other questions. Hums to itself. Some questions for you. Eyes collapse and shrink at your question, moving to the ground. It could be difference or embarrassment, it could be anything. And yet you feel a strange focusing in your mind, as if the part of it occupied is preparing itself for your questions. In that moment you feel the tides bending around you, tugging at you. You feel the impact of your actions on the people you've met so far in your short life. You pass a hand over your eyes, and in that moment of brief darkness the tides are visible as rings within rings, coiled around everyone and everything. Why do I see images and strange symbols when I scan your thoughts? So, grumbles, but its eyes contract as it concentrates. You feel a flurry of motion in the back of your mind. Looks up thoughtfully as its thoughts burst over you in a swirl of images. Scan thoughts. A clumsy hand selects stones from a pile, polishing and painting them. A mosaic bridge arcs over a ravine. Travelers from both sides meet in the middle. One saw a sun in the swirl of mosaics. One saw a pearl. I understand it. It's a metaphor, but I'm still not sure what you mean by it. Does not reply. It merely looks at you, waiting for understanding to dawn. And it does eventually. Will never speak to you, but it wants you to understand it. Metaphor is all it has. The images are its attempt at clear communication, bridging the divide between you. Hers, says, watching your eyes. Its eyes expand. Tell me about your eyes. Why do they expand and contract? Its eyes contract in response to your question. What are you made of? Look, says expansively. A long tendril protrudes from its glistening flesh and goes inwards, through the outside layer past the eyes into its core. Narrowing your eyes, you see what it is pointing at, a battered object with a mote of black flame at its core. Concludes, withdrawing and reabsorbing the tendril. Oh, it is something... The sorrow. Back at Mirla West, I sense the connection between you and the sorrow. What was that? Eyes contract, and it goes utterly still. A wave of tendrils, spikes almost, ripples over its back, but it does not otherwise respond. Still the spikes speak for themselves. Is either afraid or angry. I sense the tides more strongly when you're around. Why is that? Nork, says, then pauses, tapping the ground. Nork, it says again, or clarifies, and something stirs inside your mind. You did find in your mind after all. Maybe that has more of an effect than you first thought. Scan thoughts. A ray of sunlight falls through water like an arrow, growing darker, stranger. How do you help me? Yeah, I have other questions. Hums to itself. Let's talk about our companions. Look, says, extending a number of tendrils to flick and scratch at the ground. Small pook. Tell me what you think of Calastique. Eyes dart between the ground and you. Slork, he says shortly. That hardly sounds like a glowing assessment, she says. Calastique says, her face unreadable. Not that I'm any expert. Eyes collapse and contract, but he does not respond. And Tibia? So, says at length, tendrils waving. Unsure, are we? Wise lad. Most days I wouldn't trust me either. Oh, replies, patting Tiberius' foot with a tendril. What other questions? Well, let's move on then. Let's move on. But was that easy? Just drinking so much. Oh, look, is moving very slowly.
Yes. Now.
Well then. What else is it that we could do now? There's something left, I feel. The navigational cortex from the anchorage. But yeah, we don't want to steal it from them. But maybe we can help them in another way. Maybe we can take the tour. Someone will be hurt though, I guess. Was it in the little Niliash, I wonder? Shrine of Chilash still wants us though. You're a funny little thing. Understand everything we say, don't you? Oh. There's Inkpot. Maybe we can tell him something new. We await the Bloom's judgment of Ioxu. He whispers, his eyes shining feverishly. Here we'll stay until the blasphemous measurer is punished, or the devourer calls us to its heart. Okay. There's the old Memovera. Is the anchorage here? I don't exactly remember. I think so, though. We're here, right? To the lost anchorage, yes. Here we go. Will she accept that helmet now? Again, no. Laskas. There's a Reche we can talk. Opener of ways, we have regained the anchorage. This one thanks you. I'm grateful. Thought to be lost forever. Who else is there now? Pilot Major Genies. Well, we'll talk to him in the next episode, as I need a small pause and a refreshment. Thank you for watching and happy gaming to you. We'll see each other soon. Have a great time until then, and happy gaming. This is Immanuel signing out. Have a great time until then.